Welcome to Bratislava. Yes, we are going to explore the city, but first, a room tour. My son's bed. I think it's a couch that they have folded out. Me and my girlfriend's bed. Woo, a double bed. Yeah, I know it's a bit small. The office space. Yeah, there's not much. And of course, we have to cover the bathroom. Yeah, it's not much, it's there. They got a proper shower head. They actually got 2 shower heads, so that's a bonus. What about the soaps? Oh! They have great soaps, I like those from Rituals. And they also have the shower gel from Rituals, yay! And furthermore, if need be, all the accessories you need when in a hotel stay. And that's it. We also got breakfast included in our hotel stay without any extra cost. Whee! That's because we use an app. I will go much more in depth in my episodes about apps and travels and all that. But let's go out and let's explore Bratislava. So after the first initial impression, we are off to see the city of Bratislava. The first impression, a city of modernity, a city of history, a city that is great in different eras. You can see some Soviet inspiration, you can see some medieval inspiration, but also modernity, modern malls and that kind of things. And before we explore the city, I just have to tell you about our hotel. It feels like a time pocket. A modern hotel with number plate reading, parking spots, with modern television, all these kinds of things, and modern amenities. But then you head down into the reception area, and the decor is like a 1950s gangster movie. You head up into the restaurant for your breakfast, and it feels like you are, well, in some sort of 1950s movie where they really are going all out. Only difference, gender equality. Otherwise, I would believe I was caught in the 1950s. But I like the hotel, I like the entire theming, I like the entire thing about the hotels, and the beds are nice. Only problem is the air conditioning cannot follow along. It is so hot today. But let's head out and explore the beautiful city of Bratislava. As we are here on the first day in Bratislava, it's evening, we're looking for food, one of our favorite activities, but the other one on a first day is just walking around, get a feeling of where we are. And here comes a little tip. If you want to know which kind of neighborhood you're in, look at the cars that are parked there. Don't look at the buildings will deceive you. Look at the cars. If the cars are newer cars, it doesn't have to be pretty cars, it doesn't have to be expensive cars, but if they're newer cars, well maintained on the outside, chances are you're in a good neighborhood. If it is old, beat up cars, chances are you're not in a very good neighborhood. It's a simple rule. It doesn't always apply, but in 99% of cases, it applies. Otherwise, on the first day, just suck in the city and let's see if we can find some great food, because I'm hungry. Right, so we managed to find food. And what does a meal for 3 people cost in Slovakia? Well, it's actually very simple. It costs right around 24 euros. Now I got my meal and it looks damn delicious. Check it out. That's a meal. It's 3 of those for right around 24 euros. That's very cheap. It is this much in dollars and pounds because they use euros here. So yay, food. And after that, it's out and exploring the city.
One night later.
The first must-visit place here in Bratislava is right behind me. But one thing first, it used to be this building, or it used to be like this building, because this is the Blue Church. Big and beautiful. Unfortunately, we cannot get in there due to it being under restoration. But this church used to be the university or the school, which they moved over there. So what should they use it on? Well, they built a church out of it. And it's special. Unfortunately, we cannot get in there due to renovations, but it is not the inside that is the most beautiful, it's actually the outside. But when you are here, why not look inside? And let's head on to something else you must see. So why should you come here to Bratislava? Well, while walking to the next attraction, let me explain it to you. Bratislava is the most underrated tourist destination. It is a city that gets 1 million tourists a year. It is roughly what Budapest gets throughout the high season, which means this is the entire season, the entire year is the same thing as Budapest get in, well, summer seasons. So yeah, it is really underrated. It gets fewer tourists than Prague, very much fewer. You get the same vibe, you actually get a more authentic vibe here. In Prague, you have these tourist traps all over. I know right now if someone takes the honest guides, they will debunk it, but my experience is as an average tourist, you easily fall victim to these tourist traps in Prague. There are very few of them here. There are some. There are always tourist traps where there are tourists, but it's not much. And you have space, you have place, you have breathing room down here in Bratislava. And it is where most of these cruise lines up through the river starts off. So there are plenty of cruise ships. So you might actually come here just to start a cruise, but then take an extra day or two at a hotel, explore this beautiful, magnificent city. And you can see this is a center square in the middle of town. Plenty of room. The next must-see spot is here at the Bratislava Castle. It is a beautiful, well-preserved or restored castle. And yeah, I must say, it can something special. It is such a delight to walk with these great buildings. And while up here, the free part of it is enough for me. I don't need to pay to take that 2-hour tour inside. No. It takes around 2 hours and there's not that much to see. But the views from here, when you look out over the Bratislava city, try to notice how quickly Bratislava turns into farmland. It is right there. It looks like it's right around the corner. So yeah, it is definitely worth a visit to walk up here, at least for the view of the city. You can watch the city from multiple angles. But one side out is just as striking as the next. And right behind me, you can see what I mean about. You're at the edge of the city. The forest is right over there, big forest. And a little further out, you can see windmills, you can see fields, you can see farms. So you're at the edge of the city. In my preparations to get down here, I heard so many say, all right, you need to get up into the UFO bridge. And you need to go to the lookout tower at the UFO bridge. But seriously, it's right over there. I have the same view from here. I have it for free. And I have a beautiful castle to look at. So why should I head over there? I'm going to skip that part in this video. If you want me to go back, get up into the UFO tower and show you that view, well, you need to leave a like. But let's head on and see what else is of interesting things in this beautiful city. One of the biggest tourist traps is these trains. They are in all the major cities. It is really a trap because you usually don't get that much out of the tour. You might get an automated voice telling you what to see. But they're usually more expensive than purchasing a personal tour. For example, this one behind me, they wanted, was it 15 euros per person or something like that. I can purchase a private tour for for 30 euros on Get Your Guide, which when we are 3 people gives us a saving of 15 euros. Yeah, it is worth taking into account that not everything is something you need to do, and not every tour is something you need to try. When in Bratislava, you need to see this guy. Or actually, there are plenty of statues around in the city, and this one is just the most famous of them. But they were all put in place after the Soviet Union left because the city needed something to take away from the grey and drab feeling of the city. That's why you can find most of these statues, and the one over there is the most famous. And of course, if you want your picture taken with him, stand in line and wait until it's your turn. One of the absolute must-do things while here in Bratislava is just walking the city center, because it gives you so much energy, so much vibe of this place. And this gate here, I will write down here what the name is a gate you can get up into, get a view of the city. But walking in here, it is not just looking at attractions, it's also looking at shops, because some of the shops here have fantastic rooms, fantastic places, and it's not the cheapest in the city center, but well, it's cheaper than Denmark, I can tell you that. And right under the tower you have a kilometer zero. Kilometer zero, what is kilometer zero? Kilometer zero is from where you in the city can see how far away is other destinations. And let's see, Budapest, 165 kilometers that way. Beijing, 7,433. Can we find something interesting like Copenhagen, 892 kilometers? Yeah, it's going to be a little longer if we drive it. Prague, 290. New York, 6,856 kilometers. You might need to take a plane to get here. Or sail, it's going to take you a couple of days. But let's head on and see what else interesting this city has to offer. One of the absolute must visit is the Devín Castle. And why is that? Well, because it's a beautiful castle in beautiful surroundings, and it is quite a walk up here. Luckily, we don't have to walk as far as we did in Poland, if you remember that video. If not, we'll head back and check it out. It will be linked right up there. But right around down there, our car's parked. So it's only the walk from the car park up to here, and it's a fair bit of a walk. There's a well here. I will not test it out on camera because you have to experience it. Take some water, pour it down the well. You are allowed to do that and wait for it to hit. It is a fairly long way, let's say it like that. And it really strikes you when you're here how hard or how long it is. Is it an accessible attraction? No, it's not. It is for those who can walk, because there's plenty of stairs. But as long as you can walk on stairs, you can get to this castle. This castle has so much to offer in, well, beautiful surroundings, a beautiful old castle nestled at the edge of a river. You can actually see the river out here going directly into Bratislava. And with that in mind, then our next trip will be a one-day trip here from Bratislava to Vienna, which you can see right there. I for sure will check it out, so see you over there.